What's going on, YouTube birds? We are back with another video. Today we're checking out 15 minutes of horrible WWE botches. It's about to get real spooky around here. If you'd like to see the original upload of this content, please click the top link in the description. Show me some love. If you want to hang out with me and the flock here on Twitch, click that Twitch link. It's in the description as well. Without further ado, let's get right into the video.
These are the 10 worst botchers in WWE history. Number 10, Sabu. The late great Sabu made a career out of delivering high-risk spots, and more often than not, those dangerous spots would go badly wrong. Sabu would often botch key spots, whether they included tables or chairs, or sometimes even the ring ropes wouldn't cooperate with whatever he was trying to achieve. According to the man himself, during an interview with Chris Jericho on Talk is Jericho, everything he did as a pro wrestler was deliberate and calculated, and he even claimed that he often botched on purpose.
I actually did hear him say that he would buy stuff on purpose, and I think we saw on like Dark Side of the Ring, he was like, was someone saying that he was like, yeah, that's the point. They don't know what's gonna happen. It's unpredictable. That's a very interesting mindset to have with going out there and throwing yourself all over the place. One of the all-time greats. Very cool spectacle wrestler. I'll call him a spectacle wrestler for sure. Love Sabu. Rest in peace.
This is what he said.
I wasn't a crazy stuntman. I was a calculated wrestler, I would say. The trick was to make everybody think I'm crazy and don't know what I'm doing, but not the boss. So Vince and a few other guys thought I was really out of control, which meant I did my job, but not really to them because they thought I was out of control, but I wasn't. But I never did any bump I didn't already do in practice over and over, you know. But I tell you, half those botches was the work, you know, half of them I planned those.
Was this the case of Sabu trying to protect his image or legacy, or was
God's
Sabu being
nut,
serious
man.
when he said that he actually botched on purpose? Who knows, but I will say that Sabu has been backed by RVD and the Blue Meanie regarding those claims, as both men have stated that Sabu would indeed botch on purpose.
Holy shit, man. Is that Voldemort? Is that he who should not be named? Yeah, it looks like Voldemort to me. That's a broken neck right there.
Sabu would indeed botch on purpose, as it added a sense of realism to his matches. Number 9, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's in-ring style was one of the main reasons why fans gravitated towards him in the late 90s. Hardy was incredibly unique, and his in-ring work was a complete game changer when it came to the WWE landscape. While Hardy was able to have great matches, he was often prone to botches. Hardy's in-ring style meant that he would often slip on the ropes, and when he competed in gimmick matches such as ladder matches or TLC matches, botches would be common. Even in his later years, he would botch, and according to his brother Matt Hardy, it even became a part of his character.
Holy
on his
shit.
podcast, Matt Hardy would discuss his brother botching at AEW Double or Nothing in 2023, and this is what he had to say about the incident.
It was in great shape, cardio-wise, everything else. He was in great ring shape as far as that goes. And it was Jeff's decision. We programmed one specific spot where it looked like he made an error, which he didn't make an error, and it was specifically just to stop him after he made this big, beautiful comeback, right?
God damn. That shit look rough. Also, I didn't know that Matt Hardy was such a Pokemon fan. I see a bunch of evolutions and a Master Ball and a Pikachu and a Charmander in the background. Matt Hardy? W? Dig W? What the fuck? Let me not cross-contaminate. We're in wrestling mode right now. We're not in Pokemon mode. My bad.
And just the amount of people that is still so easy to get. You know, sometimes there's things done intentionally for the help of telling a certain story.
While it's easy to see how this could have easily been used as a storyline in AEW, it didn't really go anywhere, so it was kind of a complete waste of time. If you're going to have a wrestler botch on purpose, it has to mean something, or the wrestler is just going to look completely incompetent. Number 8, Tonga Loa. A wrestler managing to botch their own WWE debut
not
is never a
Botchaloa.
good sign. And when it came to Tonga Loa, this was
Not
where his negative
Botchaloa.
reputation as a pro wrestler would truly begin. Loa would debut during
Yo, throw the whole wrestler out. Throw the whole wrestler out, bro. What the? What? How did you fuck up? You just had to go straight. Come on. Yo, throw the whole wrestler out, bro. Ain't no
As a
way.
pro wrestler would truly begin. Loa would debut during the finish of the New Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton match at Backlash, and his debut was a total disaster due to a major botch. Loa would roll out from under the ring too late, and this meant that the referee had to
You not serious. You're not serious, bro. Yeah. Yo, no way.
disaster due to a major botch. Loa would roll out from
I
under
would
the
punch
ring
Rhea
too
Ripley's
late,
cheek.
and this meant that the referee had to improvise and roll out of the ring before Loa could even implement his scripted spot. Loa was also supposed to debut
Come on.
with
Yo,
a
that ref tried
towel
to do
over
that
his
shit
head,
fast.
and then he would rip it off, revealing himself to the audience. The problem is that the towel fell off of his head, meaning that his identity was already exposed. The botches don't stop there, as at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 20.
I'm about to save this as my wallpaper. That little fucker 619. Yeah, this shit right here. Yeah, he said, ah. You see it? Ah. Oh, hold on. Ah. I'm not a Mysterio. I'm not a Mysterio. What am I doing? Ah. Ah, suck the file. Let me down. Ah. Nah, I would be humbled immediately, like, yeah, I'm not doing that shit no more. Taking that out the moveset right now, and that's done. That's over.
Botches don't stop there, as at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 2024, Loa was scripted to play a crucial part in the main event. He was scripted to interfere and deliver a low blow to Kevin Owens. This spot is one of the easiest spots in the world to perform, but somehow, some way, he messed it up. Loa botched the spot, so he had to repeat it again.
Yo, throw the old wrestler out. I'm sorry. Do I see a rare Pokemon appearance? Something isn't right about this picture. Do you see it? Do you see what is wrong with this picture? Big D? Do you see the color of this man's shirt? Am I the only one that have... What in the alternate universe? That's a botch right there.
Spot received major criticism as it made WWE look terrible, and it certainly did not make them look like a top wrestling company in the entire world. Following the botch, Loa turned
Botch
into
and
a
a
meme
low
on
blow
social
mean we
media,
gotta take you out
with
of every
fans
angle.
poking fun at Loa and expecting him to botch everything he did. This is a dangerous reputation to have as a pro wrestler, and hopefully when the former tag team champion returns from injury, the botches will become less frequent. Number 7, The Great Khali. When WWE signed The Great Khali in 2006,
oh man, he was too big to do anything,
a
bro.
healthy and fit version of the 7-foot star. Khali was impressive in Japan in the years prior to his WWE signing, and he was extremely athletic and flexible despite his size. Unfortunately,
Oh,
a
nah, he
serious
was
knee
rocking
injury
people in Japan.
2005 would change everything, and this greatly impacted his mobility. Khali's in-ring work dramatically regressed overnight, and this changed how he would wrestle moving forward. Kali's WWE matches were often filled with awkward spots, and when he botched, there was a lot of confusion as Kali was never remotely fazed by any wrongdoings. Kali struggled to grasp the WWE style, and this extended to the WWE production. At the 2007 Royal Rumble, he completely
I never knew
spot,
about the Japan run though.
Posed towards the hard camera, and Kali had to even be reminded by the legendary Shawn Michaels as to where the hard camera was located.
Hey, Shawn was like, turn around, brother, please.
In 2010, on an episode of Raw, Kali and Edge were in an over-the-top rope challenge match, and this would have been an easy match to execute, yet Kali botched the match finish. For whatever reason, Kali proceeded to step over the rope, seemingly forfeiting the matchup without even knowing. This led to everyone looking completely baffled, and even Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole were lost for words.
He too big to get out any other way, though. Brother Pants out of command, too. No, brother. He too big to get out any other way, though. And he got them fucking, the action figure knees. He got the fucking stiff resin action figure knees. Ain't no fucking crouching down.
Although Kali was prone to botches and his matches were often terrible, this never stopped WWE from using him in prominent roles. Kali basically squashed The Undertaker in his pay-per-view debut, and the following year he would become world champion. WWE were obviously hoping that Kali's limitations would somewhat disappear.
Damn, they put him over
and
crazy.
As his career went on, and as he got older, things only seemed to get worse. Number 6, Nia Jax. By the time Nia Jax was
Nia be hurting bitches. Nia not afraid to hurt a be. Oof. I'm not. I'm not gonna sit there and even train with Nia Jax in the vicinity of me. That's a big guh. He be hurting hoes. I seen her lawn dart a couple of girls. I seen her destroy Jade Cargill recently. That should happen like 2 weeks ago. Ain't no way. Nope.
Initially released from WWE in 2021, she had a truly horrendous reputation. Jax wasn't just known for botching, but she
will hurt you. Ain't good. That's it gonna happen. Oh my god.
There were a number of times of Jax botching simple spots, whether that be her throwing Kairi Sane into the turnbuckle or infamously.
That's that one I remember. That one right there, that Kairi Sane one, that's that one I remember. This was when there was no audience. There was no audience, so you hear the yells of shit in ring. This poor girl was screaming in her best English, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready." Bow. Fuck you talking about? I don't care if you're ready. Bow, stupid. This wasn't even a sell. She bent down and arched her back, bro. She was like, ah. She never did an arch like that in her life or purpose. That shit we went, ooh, new ability unlocked. Your spine is in 3 sections.
Infamously, legitimately punching Becky Lynch in the face, breaking her nose in the process.
Smoked Becky Lynch. Body. She made her the man. He made her the man.
The WWE would attempt to turn this into a storyline and present the idea that Nia Jax was a huge danger in the ring while she had all this heat. But a lot of people would argue that this was go-away heat, and fans were concerned that Jax was going to seriously hurt someone. They made it like she was hurting bitches on purpose.
That's fucked up. Brother. She ain't even get the brace for this. Yo, stop letting Nia Jax do this.
she stepped foot in that ring. When she did return in 2023, fans hoped that Nia Jax had grown as a performer, and when she returned at the Rumble, the WWE managed to hilariously botch her entrance. The WWE randomly played her music before the countdown even popped up. It was such a unique way to bring her back, and the irony wasn't lost on fans that WWE had botched her return. For the most part, Nia Jax's second run in the company has been a success. Nia Jax has vastly improved in the ring, and her TV matches with the likes of Tiffany Stratton and Naomi have been definite standouts. With that being said, Nia Jax will still botch in the ring, but more often than not,
Mac is watching this with his mouth water right now. That's a big oh nah. Now all that right there. we probably do one more count of the people in the back. Bam! Got the fucking yam slam.
more often than not, her botches are caused by being too soft in the ring. Nia is clearly aware that during her first run, she was overly reckless, so she's often seen taking care of whatever she's doing in that ring. This was seen at War Games in 2024 as she began to deliver chair shots that made her look like
Nia, honey, no. No, baby, put the chair down. What was that? Let me see her put the chair down. Stupid. She was like, stupid. Yo, put the chair down there. Cut it out.
2024 as she began to deliver chair shots that made her look like the safest wrestler in the world, and it was almost as if she was scared to make any contact.
Oh my god.
During a SmackDown spot where she was to hit the dreaded Annihilator on both Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax purposely botched the move as both women were out of position, and if she landed on them, they would have been hurt. Nia's career is very fascinating as it's extremely rare for a wrestler
she be dropping that dumpy
and
though.
somewhat dangerous in the ring to be an incredibly
she dragging the wagon.
And some would say that in 2025, too soft in that ring. Number 5, Ryback. Ryback was often seen making a number of botches during his time in WWE, and even before the infamous CM Punk podcast.
Oh, you're not as strong as you supposed to be.
Aware that Ryback was not the
you're
best
not as strong as you supposed
ring.
to be, Mr.
With
Back.
That being said,
a boy. It's how you growing me so hard you slip. You channel cool no more. They gotta call audible. You gotta get sucked up after that. You can't just get back up do this shit.
That Ryback was not the best performer in that ring. With that being said, when Punk appeared on the Colt Cabana podcast, it opened the eyes of many to how reckless Ryback could be as a performer. Punk would go into great detail regarding his time with Ryback, and he stated that working with him was a terrible experience, and Ryback would sometimes actually hurt him deliberately. Let's listen to what CM Punk had to say.
I'm already beat up, and then I have to wrestle steroid guy, and he's very. I call it like I see it. He's very hurty. Sometimes deliberate. Sometimes deliberate. Hurty. You know, I mean, there was one time he kicked me in the stomach as hard as he could, and he broke my ribs right at the tail end. You know, and like that. Yeah, I never got in a.
Oh shit! That was a big boot and a half, bro. look at this still frame. He don't even look real. What is he? It has. That's what supports see when Spider-Man is on the enemy too. That's Black Panther running out your supports. That's like you're not getting no heals right now. Black Panther is Yo, Luna is back as Spawn right there.
you know, and like that, you know, I never got an apology for that. He was something else.
Fast forward a year later, and Vince would request that Punk would work with him again, as this time the roles were reversed. Punk was the babyface and Ryback would be the heel. Punk wanted to go into the feud with a clean slate, but during their first segment together, Ryback would once again botch a major spot and he injured Punk. This is what CM Punk said about that incident.
I'll work Ryback.
Damn.
And I go up to Ryan and I go, hey man, clean slate. Let's fucking kill this. Let's fucking show them, you know, that you're better than they think you are. Let's show them that I'm better than they think I am. And let's fucking, you know, let's turn this mid-card shit into a fucking main event. Yeah, I'm really excited. Great, blah, blah, blah. First night out, gorilla
Ruby,
press
how are
through
you?
a
Cool.
table, fucking misses the table. Dumps me on the concrete fucking ground.
God
You
damn.
can't tell me you didn't do that on purpose because you've done it so many times now. You
God
either tell me right
damn.
now you're dumb as fuck and you suck, or you did it on purpose. And he was like, I'm dumb as fuck.
Punk would also claim that working with Ryback took 20 years off his life, and while this definitely impacted Ryback's reputation for a long time, he did manage to improve
Nah, getting
somewhat
spiked
in the
like that
botch
on the
department by
concrete
the time
is
that he did leave
yikes.
WWE in 2016. Number 4, the McMahon family. None of the members of the McMahon family were formally trained to wrestle. When it came to Vince McMahon, he had some brief training in the 90s, but his lack of training often showed in his matches as he was prone to being extremely stiff, and he
Vince.
wasn't immune to a botch
Vincent.
or two. Everybody knows that he was unable to take the Stone Cold Stunner, and his botch at WrestleMania 38 is one of the funniest botches of all time, as well
You
as the
watching
first Stunner
CM
that he
Punk
ever
pop
took.
ass? Not
In
like
regards to
this.
Shane McMahon, similar to his father, he was never trained to wrestle, and that's why his work would often look very messy. Shane never seemed able to grasp how to throw a punch, and most of his bumps would be completely wild. The majority
Shane.
of the McMahon matches would contain a high spot where Shane would ascend to the top of something extremely high, and then to his credit, he rarely botched these as he became an expert at delivering high-risk moves. Then you've got Linda McMahon, who was perhaps the worst performer out of the entire family. McMahon wasn't destined for WWE TV, and her performances
Linda was not, to be fair to Linda, come on now. This lady looked like if you blew hard enough at her, she would shatter in the glass. Like, come on. She ain't have to be in there taking no bumps. Just stop it. Stop it.
were often met with a lot of negative reviews from fans. Whenever Linda had to deliver any type of acting on TV, she would fall apart, and who can forget about the time that she took a stunner on Raw in the worst way imaginable. And last but not least, we got Stephanie, who is perhaps the only name in the family who avoids botches throughout her career.
We got another ghost in the
Stephanie
chat.
was
Aw,
often
shit.
effortless in the promo department,
Mike,
and when
how
she
are
did
you?
slip
Cool.
up in a promo, she was able to get back on track instantly. Stephanie's matches and physicality were often rehearsed in advance, and most of her matches went down without a hiccup. Number 3,
like Stephanie,
Goldberg.
though.
Goldberg was thrown into the deep end in WCW.
She started
He
pedigreeing
didn't have much
bitches.
experience as a pro wrestler, and within a matter of months, he was at the top of WCW's card. Goldberg's lack of experience would be on
Goldberg.
display in a lot of his matches. However, it wasn't until the late 90s when he obtained a reputation for being stiff and being the king of botches. It was a stiff botch mule kick to the head of the legendary Bret Hart that changed Hart's life forever. Following that kick
Yep,
from
that's
Goldberg
the
at
one.
the 1999 Starrcade event, Hart would be forced to retire, and for 25 years and counting, Hart has despised Goldberg as a pro wrestler.
Guys like Goldberg that can kick somebody and ruin his career in 2 seconds.
Yo, he has hated
You know, and then
Goldberg
get inducted in the Hall
forever.
of Fame and
Legit.
paraded around like he's a great wrestler. I don't know. He wasn't that great of a wrestler to me.
Bro
He's
is
a great
not a
guy,
fan.
and I have nothing but respect for Bill, but he really f***ed up my whole life. And there's no room for that in wrestling.
Damn.
While Goldberg managed to somewhat improve in the ring by the end of his WWE run in 2003, he was still reckless and the botches were frequent. He would often fail to cooperate with
Nah, that right there, yeah. We need a variant of this entrance in the games. I need to be able to slip. Me to let y'all know I'm coming out there to slip.
often failed to cooperate with moves such as the pedigree, and when he had his second run with the company over a decade later, that is where the problems began even more. Goldberg was way past his prime,
Such a
and
dope
this was on
entrance,
full
though,
display
man.
during his atrocious showdown with The Undertaker. Goldberg would botch heavily in the match, and he even dropped one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time
man.
on his
That was fucking gnarly. Look how stiff Taker got after that slam, dude. Oof. Ah. Nah, that shit look painful, man. Ain't no way. Not a million fucking years, Goldberg. Not a million 14 years.
Wrestlers of all time on his head. Following the match, there were calls for Goldberg to be pulled from the roster with immediate effect, but in a somewhat reckless call from WWE, he would continue to have a number of matches against top names in WWE such as Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Roman Reigns.
We just cut the Bobby Lashley punching him in the back of the head. What? What? Stop! They just had Goldberg fighting anybody who bit a spear, huh? That shit crazy.
Roman Reigns. Number 2, Eva Marie. Eva Marie is someone who would have fit in the WWE a decade prior, but when she burst onto the scene, thanks to her involvement with the Total Diva show,
but
the WWE product was slowly taking women's wrestling more seriously. And because of this, her work was under a microscope. And when she was by far the worst
at best, you could be a manager, huh? Baby girl. No. Baby girl. Baby. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing these slow ass rolls, bro. Baby. Good. This is shit that I do when I'm playing around in the house. Ain't no way. That combat roll is crazy. Bro, that is like the sat roll in Dark Souls when your armor is way too heavy. Ain't no way. You ain't being no. Imagine being. I'm sorry. I don't even know who she's wrestling right now. Imagine being this poor girl having to pretend she's really doing some shit. Yo, the little corny cartwheel is sending me, bro. Is frying you right now. Yeah, stupid. Yo, the referee is just looking at ass the whole time. You're like, she doing that shit though. She hitting that shit. Look at the referee. Look at the referee. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see that shit. Okay. And then, oh.
When she was by far the worst women's wrestler on the roster, a lot of fans would question why she was kept around. Eva Marie struggled to grasp the fundamentals
what are those
of
punches,
wrestling,
man?
and she even struggled with how to execute a scripted slap during her TV debut alongside
Baby, what did you go? Nay. I don't know, stupid. Say, Phil. Had that. Hey, stupid motherfucker. Don't you ever.
TV debut alongside Jerry Lawler. Even during Marie's run in NXT, her matches would often be filled with botches, and when she delivered her sliced bread finisher, she was basically doing it in slow-mo. It just looked horrendous. There was even a match with Billie Kay where she completely forgot to kick out, and naturally the NXT audience let her have it. The WWE gave Marie countless opportunities
Bro, you got pinned? Yo, Eva. See, Eva, what are you doing? Yo, are you badass? She said, oh, heaven, no. Yeah, but, oh, why does he keep the hand up like, let's get,
have it. The WWE gave Marie countless opportunities to improve in the ring, and they even brought her back into the mix for a second run, but this second run was completely pointless as Eva Marie simply didn't warrant a place on the roster, and during this run, she would end up having one of the worst matches of the year.
Shayna Baszler joking this bitch up.
2021 SummerSlam. And number 1, Sin Cara. WWE
Botch Cara. Ah, man. This is gonna be good. Oh.
Sin Cara. WWE deciding to sign Mystico in 2011 was a huge deal. Mystico was one of the biggest names in the entire world at the time, and WWE were under the impression that he would become one of their biggest names on the roster, maybe even the next Rey Mysterio. The company made the call to debut him as Sin Cara on the main roster, and some questioned this, thinking that it would have been wise for Sin Cara to have a brief
I don't know why they did bro
FCW
dirty with
to
that
learn the
lighting.
ropes and understand the WWE style. Nevertheless, Sin Cara would initially debut on the Raw brand following WrestleMania 27, and his early matches left a lot of fans wondering what all the hype was about.
I can't even blame him right there. Bro slipped. Stupid. Why you slip? Dummy, what you doing? That definitely wasn't bro's fault. Yeah, that was his fault.
Left a lot of fans wondering what all the hype was about. Sin Cara would botch a lot of his signature moves, and it was almost as if he was doing it on purpose. His matches were often lackluster at best, and it was hardly a surprise that the WWE never paired him with.
Brother almost broke his fucking neck just now. You see that? His head ended up under the top, or under the bottom rope somehow. He said, ah. And then, fuck. These should never be in this. The fuck who's most said
That the WWE never paired him with any of the upper echelon stars at the time. This was one of WWE's biggest busts, and some say that the blame falls on WWE as they didn't give him.
You go casually leave this in here, bro. Slip. That is fucking that. Into the Sin Cratewraith. I forgot. I fucked up. I forget. Yes, that's a little closer to my head than I thought. I forget.
WWE as they didn't give him appropriate time to understand the style. However, some would clap back at this and say that the majority of the moves that Sin Cara was botching were the moves he was already doing before WWE, so he should have been able to deliver these without any botches.
What the fuck was that? I got double the Sin Cara, so we decided we doubled that Oreo double stuffed with the L's I see.
Already doing before WWE, so he should have.
I don't know what that was supposed to be. Yeah, he put a little extra oomph in there for no reason. There was no reason to do all that.
Able to deliver these without any botches. The WWE would eventually decide to give the Sin Cara gimmick that they created to Hunico, and the WWE and original Sin Cara would part ways. And to make things even worse, when Hunico took over as Sin Cara, he would even botch as well. So clearly, there's just a bad curse on that Sin Cara gimmick. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
There's something in the mask. There's something in the mask, bro. That's just fucking you up. Something in the mask. That was great. That was funny. I like watching botches. This supposed to be like horrible botches. This wasn't horrible. Actually, based on how you use the word, it could have been horrible. Eva Marie was horrible, bro. Eva, I'm sorry, yo. Every time I see her, I'm like, damn, that's a stunning woman, but, you got the dog shit of her ring ability. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, check out the original upload of this content by clicking the top link in the description. Want to hang out with me and the flock live on Twitch? Click that Twitch link. I also got a Patreon with over 200 hours of bonus content for free. Free Patreon. Check it out. Full matches and all that over there. Go watch it. I'll see you in the next. Thank you so much to those of you that have made it over to the Patreon. I appreciate you.
I'm still hungry.